Hello, hello. Welcome to Tuesday Talks, where we talk about things that we do on Tuesdays. No, just kidding. I just named it Tuesday Talks because I was publishing it on Tuesday. So we're going to go with it in the alliteration. Anyways, I hope you're having a great day. Today we're talking about, I feel like the lighting's kind of off. We're talking about, is your perfectionism holding you back from making progress? So this is something that I really see is common in a lot of clients and women I start working with, or women that I talk to that want to work. A lot of them feel like we go through, they share their struggles with me, all these things they're struggling with, where they want to be, their idea of where they would love to be, lose weight, get stronger, feel better, eat healthier, sleep better, all those things. But they know that it's going to be a journey to get there. And they also think that they have to be kind of ready for it. So a lot of them will say, I really want to work with you, but I have to get everything in place first. So as a lot of you know, I'm also a piano teacher. I'm a pianist. And years ago, I had a new student that was coming to me, a little girl. She was, I think, 7 or 8. This was a lot of years ago. It was her first lesson. She had never met me. And I saw her walking up to the house with her mom, and she was like not wanting to come in. And she was just crying so hard. She was so terrified of coming in. And I've seen that before. I've seen students that obviously they're coming to a new place, they're meeting a new person, they don't know what to expect. Totally. My kids have done that with things too. But this little girl was like, she was terrified. So I went out and met her halfway instead of making her come into the house, and just said hi and introduced myself and kind of got down on her level and just, wanted to see what she was so afraid of. And so I just kind of talked to her, like explaining what we were going to do. This is kind of what we're going to do. You're going to come in and you're going to sit at the piano. I'm going to explain some things of how to play. We're going to hopefully getting you playing a little song today. And she calmed down. She calmed way down. And she looked at me and she said, but I don't have anything to play for you. And I thought that was so interesting, is that she was coming to her piano lesson, and in her mind, she thought, if I'm going to a piano lesson, I better get something prepared for that piano lesson, right? And we're talking her very first piano lesson. She doesn't know how to play at all. And so to us, that seems like absurd. Like, of course she doesn't need to prepare something. She doesn't know how to play the piano. Like, how would she play the piano if she doesn't know how to play the piano, right? It seems absurd to us, but that's the exact same thing I see with women who want to work with me. They go, I want that. Like, I want to learn all that stuff. I want to learn how to be healthier. I want to learn how to eat better. I want to learn how to lose weight, but I need to start eating healthier first, or I need to start working out first, or all these things that's holding them back from taking that step forward because they feel like they need to have a grasp of it before they start, instead of understanding that that's what I'm here for. I'm here to literally teach you the piano, so to say, but in the nutrition, in the fitness sense, right? So I'm here to guide you through that and show you what workouts to do, when to do them, how to eat better, what tweaks to make to your meals, all those things. So I think, and even if it's not, you're not wondering about coming to me, you're just saying any type of fitness program or nutrition thing where you feel like, I'll start on Monday when I have all my ducks in a row, right? When I have a better schedule, when I have this, when I have that. We all know that life is insane and it throws us curveballs all the time, right? I mean, we just know, if you're a mom like me in her 40s and you have kids and life and family and illness and just stuff happens, right? Pets, things happen. We don't know. We can't wait until everything is lined up perfectly in order to do these things, because if we do, there will never, ever be a good time. So what I'm trying to encourage you to do is show up messy. Show up in the chaos. Just show up, because that's how progress is made. It's not made from, just waiting until everything's lined up. It's like this little girl. What was she going to do? Wait until she could play a song, until she took piano lessons, right? It just doesn't make sense. So she came not knowing anything. And that's the point, is you could feel like your life is super chaotic and you don't know anything about eating right, and you feel kind of bad about that, and you don't know what workouts to do, and you don't know anything. Just start something. I actually, if you follow me on Instagram, I did a post about 3 things you can do to get started just on your own. 3 simple things that you can do during the week, so that you can get started when you feel frozen and like, I'm not perfect yet, and just simple things that you can do just to get started and start moving forward towards your goals, instead of being paralyzed by fear and paralyzed by perfection. Because that's another thing, is that's so big, is this all or nothing mindset, right? Like, I can't do it because I know I'm not going to be perfect at it. And the second that you set these really high expectations for yourself, you set this bar really, really high of like, okay, I'm going to start this fitness program. I'm going to be perfect. I'm going to work out every day, and I'm going to eat perfectly, and I'm not going to have any sweets. And you just set this super, super high bar. And then 5 days in, you're like, I can't do this. This is madness. And so instead of understanding that it's okay not to be perfect, you just don't do it. And there's zero progress coming from that, right? There's zero progress. You're actually taking steps backwards, because you're just digging yourself deeper and deeper in the hole that you're already in with your health and your fitness and everything like that. So progress can look so small and tiny and insignificant, but you're still moving forward, right? Progress can look like, I took 3 extra 20-minute walks this week. That's huge progress. That's amazing. You were intentional to move your body more, right? Progress can look like, I intentionally made sure that my breakfast had 20 grams of protein in it, instead of either skipping breakfast or picking something that's, a coffee, a latte, right? And actually eating food that nourishes you. Progress can look like, I added vegetables to every dinner I had this week. That's huge progress. All those little things add up. So you can't just dismiss it and go, oh, I can't do the whole thing, right? I can't eat perfect for every meal because I have a very crazy life and I'm busy and I'm out and I can't work out every day and I can't do all that. So I'm just not going to do it, any of it. And then the years are going by and your clothes are getting tighter and you're feeling more tired and you're losing muscle, because we just naturally do, and you're just headed towards this path where eventually you're going to be forced to make a decision about your health and fitness, and it's not going to be one you want to make, because now we're talking, okay, now I've got to get a surgery because I'm losing so much muscle that now I'm having joint problem, or I fell because I don't have the muscle stability, or my bones are now weak because I haven't been resistance training and my bones are getting weaker, right? So all of those little choices that you can make and those little tiny habits that you can build on, instead of setting the bar up to being perfect or nothing, you just start down here and you start stacking. And we're never going to get to perfect. None of us do. That's not the goal. The goal is progress, and the goal is to gradually get to a place where we're like, wow, we got this down. It's a lifestyle. It's not work to do it, right? So yeah, in the beginning, change of any type is hard, right? But you have to keep making progress toward it. I read this post the other day. It was Usain Bolt, the guy who he's like the fastest guy in the world, right? If you've ever watched him run the 100 meters, I don't know if he still is, but he was a few years ago. He's the fastest guy in the world. He was so fast. And the post said, I trained every day for 4 years to run 9 seconds. And people today can't even work out for a week without seeing some type of progress and quitting. I didn't quote that right, but it's something like that, right? He's like, people go, oh, I'm going to get fit. I'm going to lose weight. And they try it, maybe even try it for a month. and you're like, oh, the scale should have gone down 5 pounds and I should be so much healthier and all of these problems, I should be great in a month, right? And then it's not, and you quit because it's not moving fast enough, which I still have a very hard concept trying to understand why people do this. It's not moving fast enough. Of course we all want it to move faster. Of course we do, okay? Hands down, I do too. I would love for it to move faster. But so we can complain about that part. Move faster, okay. But what about the giving up when it's not moving fast enough? That's the part that's hard for me to understand, because the time is going to go by anyway. So if it takes a year and you're complaining that it's taking too long, but you quit, now it's not happening at all. So either it happens slower than you want it to, or it doesn't happen at all. So when you quit and you give up because it's not going fast enough, you're saying, I don't actually want it at all. I don't want it to happen. So it would be like starting out at a job where you potentially in a few years could make a really big sum of money. And in the first 2 months, your paycheck doesn't go up, but you know that long term it will, but you don't want to wait for that. And so you quit. So now you're not making any money. Doesn't make sense because you were so impatient that you were like, I'm not going to do this. So just think about it in that sense, right? Like on those days where you feel like you're holding that bar to perfection and you're just holding yourself to these expectations of like, I'm not doing good enough. I'm not, doing it perfectly. I might as well not do it. Think about that mindset and think about how you could switch that around and think, I'll get there. It might be slower than I want to, but I want to get there in the end. And if I quit, I will never get there. I will never reach my goals ever. So there is no point in that. I just need to settle down and be more patient. So I hope this is helpful in just your mindset, because mindset is just a huge part of health and fitness that a lot of people don't think about. They think that it's just about, cutting carbs, done. It's not. It's about mindset and changing your lifestyle so that it's actually something that is sustainable and lasts for the rest of your life. And when you slowly start to work on your mindset and you start to understand these things and where you need to make these shifts, eventually you're going to end up in a much, much, much better place. So thanks for being here. I appreciate all of you guys. I love you guys. Stay strong in your health and fitness journey, and I'm here for any questions you may have.